Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another AFR broadcast. As usual, I am Kunai Zero, and I will be bringing you round 14 in the AFR Tier 1 Season 7 Championship at Circuit Zandvoort in the Netherlands. We're just waiting on the lobby to get ready, so we'll be able to jump over shortly. And I believe that Gus Rules might actually already be here.
Here, I'm still in my cricket whites, but I am here.
Okay, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. All right, so obviously Tier 3 just finished. You've had to miss that one today, so... but have you got any insight to Zandvoort? Have you done any practice? Can you give us any...
I have done no practice, but going through the highlights from the last couple of seasons, it looked like it should be a reasonably straightforward one-stop. Thank you, Dan Kemp. Hi, Javo, in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it should be a pretty standard one-stop, but obviously a safety car or a bit of rain could mix that up a little bit. But yeah, it's a short, sharp, fun roller coaster style track, and the last couple of times we've raced it, it's been a little bit of fireworks, so maybe we'll get in for that again today.
All right, well, we'll find out. I believe that the lobby is ready to go, so we'll switch over and get that ready. Switch over there. Okay, so of course 18 minutes in the qualifying session for our drivers to go around and do the fastest laps that they can to try and secure themselves the best starting position on track. And who do you expect to see at the front runners? I would assume Hero is a good bet. FIBA, Potsy. Potsy's always had a very strong showing. We've got a full grid as well, which is lovely to see. Absolutely lovely to see.
Especially for Tier 1. It's going to be so competitive. We saw some time trial times during the week, and I think there were about 10 guys all in Tier 1 within a couple of tenths of each other in time trial. So I think qualifying is going to be very, very close. But yeah, everyone looks like they've been putting in a fair bit of practice here. And it's like Austria and Brazil. The track is just so short that there's not going to be a lot of time to find out there. So it's going to be hundredths of a second, I think, are going to be the gaps tonight.
Well, again, we'll see, as FIBA is leading the pack at the moment. He's the first car on track as he comes round, turns 13 and 14, so he will start his flying lap. We'll jump on board with the Williams for a guided run around. So here we go, across the start-finish line, and then down to the sweeping, massive horseshoe right. Use all of that apex. And up through the gears. You want to be careful here, as this is one of the banked corners of the circuit. It'll actually spit you out wide to the right if you're not careful, and you'll lose a ton of time, and then potentially you wheel. And then they make their way through the rest of Sector 1. He'll cross with a 24.3 for that first sector time. Now through turns 7 and 8. Nice fast corners. And then we start getting into the slow stuff. Down into third gear. Using all of the track on the left side. Then again, nice and slow to the left side of the apex. Then we push into the DRS zone. And then we have the hard hairpin here. Nice use of the chicane. Another one you got to be careful for, because if you miss that braking point, you're in the gravel, and it's going to be a real big pain trying to get yourself back onto that circuit. Then we come through the last part. A massive banked corner right at the end into the DRS zone again, and then full steam ahead. He crosses the line, and he will start with a 110.1 from FIBA, and his teammate will beat him with a 110.045 to take provisional pole. And as you can see, a bunch of the other drivers coming through now. Simdog with a 110.53, Panda for AlphaTauri with a 110.3, Shane Mumford, who is reserving for Ferrari, with a 111.1, and Pondon for Aston Martin with a 111.3. So 14 minutes, 24 seconds left on the board. Plenty of time for these guys to shake out all the cobwebs. Make sure they get their best laps on the board. Let's see, Mikau's shot up there, 110.2. AlphaTauri Batemate with a 110.39. Artanis jumps his teammate with a 110.4. Smitty for Team Haas, 110.59. That's put him in 10th at the moment as we jump on board with combined YouTuber. For Alfa Romeo. See where you can put his car. His teammate's still in the pits. Yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like one of the Aston Martins. Just off to the side. Actually, no. It's a darker...
I think it was an AlphaTauri, just got a bit slow letting the McLaren and the Haas go through.
Combined. Just touched the gravel on the outside there. Didn't invalidate his lap, but definitely would have cost him time. So, you see some more cars slow down just on that... coming up here to turn 11 and 12. Ooh, hold on a minute. As Wahid retires from the session.
He's lost the
he's in
bearings
the
on the
wall.
left-hand side there. Yeah, he's understeered into the outside wall of the final corner, up the banking.
Oh, boy. All right.
Very odd spot to lose it. I wonder if he was just a bit unstable on entry and it's just kicked him up onto the outside.
Yeah, potentially.
his Potsy's had a spin as well at the carousel in Sector 1.
There he is, just off the track. Waiting to rejoin safely. Oh, here we go. 400 million point turn. It's the only problem with Formula 1 cars, but there we go. No massive damage. Can't see any damage on that wing or the body. So luckily, he avoids that one. Let's jump on with Bluey here. Currently on an outlap, so his teammate, of course, crossed with a 111.4. See where the other Alfa Romeo can sit themselves. 12 minutes on the clock. Combined didn't slow down for yellows. 5 group play. Well, no, if you want to go by precedent, an argument can be made that Combined will be given a reprimand and his team will be fined $25,000 for ignoring double yellows. Except I think that was a joke. I think the call was bad because if I remember correctly, the yellows were up for like a second or something. I don't even know if they actually had. For anyone who might not know what we're talking about, that was the ruling that was given to Lewis Hamilton at Jeddah. There was an incident where Yuki Tsunoda was off the track, and a yellow flag had shown up on the indication board, but it was literally for a second, and the entire circuit, Jeddah, is just blind corner after blind corner after blind corner. So I really don't see how they expected him to react enough. But in any case, that's been dealt as more on the team side, as they should have been giving him more information. They've got all the data there in front of them. They should have given him more information earlier on. As we see,
interestingly as well, Michael Massey's comments on the radio that he was pretty unhappy that there weren't any white flags or blue flags being given to Hamilton or to the Haas as well. So there's a lot of new marshals. So they, I think they were saying that there's one Bahraini marshal at each flag post. That's a veteran, but the rest are pretty green, which makes sense that they might be making a few mistakes as well. So.
As we see Bluey come across the line there. 110.491. It's a massive jump there. Puts him into the top 10 as someone just updated their time. I think it was Potty. 110.27. Jeddah's a very interesting, based on practice of qualifying, also qualifying. It was absolutely devastating for Max Verstappen, who was flying, to say the least, but unfortunately got caught out. And that's one of the things that really interests me about that particular track, which is that it's bloody fast. And I hope that we don't see any serious crashes for tomorrow's race, but it's a bloody fast track and you can't see around the corners. And I get a little worried because it's all concrete. You've got Tech Pro in the appropriate places, but for the majority of it, it's all concrete. And that's... How about that one? All right, so on board now with Hero. Currently on provisional pole with his 110.04. I'm sure we'll see him break into the 9s. Gus, what's your... Do you happen to know what the tyre strategy around here is? Or...
I believe that it's a comfortable soft hard. But we may see some people who are very good with the tyres be able to stretch a soft medium, perhaps. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not quite sure what Tier 1 have been up to during their practice sessions.
All right, no worries. We'll keep an eye on that one. So a one stop is the expected strategy. There we go. So Hero crossing the line now for another fastest lap. We'll see just how much he can improve on that. Zandvoort, another one of those short tracks, very fast flowing tracks. It's great to watch. Sometimes can be a little bit anti-racing in terms of overtake potential. However, I'm sure we'll see a great race nonetheless. Oh, he was drifting out a little bit there. Hopefully he doesn't repeat what Latifi did in that exact same corner. So it looks like less rear downforce, even though there was a snap in the front too, so he lost that as well. So yeah, it looks like a lower downforce setup here for at least one of the Williams drivers.
We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, so McLaren Pacey's had a spin and taken out a fair few of the brake meter boards as well while he was at it, so there's polystyrene absolutely everywhere.
He cuts on the inside of the track here, all across the line. Oh, it's still in the 110s. It's an improvement. With a 110.037. I wonder if Mikhail will be able to have an answer to that as he comes around the final turn. We'll stay on the external cameras for this one. A 110.052. As oh no, he's already set his time, didn't he? Yeah, he's coming in for an outlap. I got confused there. We'll jump on board with Potsy. Red Bull, whose teammate Trin, 110.172, currently sitting in 4th position on the board. So there's really nothing in it now. That's 0.02 of a second between second and first. Oh, sorry, it's Big Al. For Team Mercedes, comes across the line with a 109.984. So Big Al will take provisional pole from Hero. Can't imagine he's too happy about that. 6 minutes 20 on the clock. So still plenty of time to see some more laps broken. You see him just off to the left there. Spotty makes his way through Sector 2. And this is where the argument with setups comes into it, because low downforce equals more speed, but then you sacrifice your turning potential, and when you're going 200 plus, you kind of want to be able to make the corner. So you start to see the little snaps of understeer and oversteer that some of these guys get, as Potsy did have the fastest sector for a while there. So could be a massive improvement here on the board. We'll have a look. 108 as he comes across. Let's see. Jesus, it's a 110.022. Good enough for second at the moment. Here and now down. Yep, sorry.
Sorry, we had T-Mac as well just come across the line with 110.3. Good enough to just sneak into the top 10, but you can see the gap between first and 10th is 0.3 of a second. It is so close.
It is incredibly close. And this is exactly what we expect to see between these guys. As we see combined YouTuber coming into the pits there, so he'll decide not to set a lap. We'll jump on board with his teammate instead, who has a 110.4. Will look to improve. Currently 12th. Or as he gets a little bit squirrely out of turn 1. Wonder if he's going to abort that one. Stay on board. Yeah, he's just chilling around that circuit, not looking to improve on this one. We'll jump on with Flyboy down in 20th position, 111.9, slowest on the board at the moment. His teammate Pacey with a 111.146 in 17th. He comes around that final corner. We'll jump on board and see what sort of improvement we get from the McLaren with 3 minutes and 36 on the board to go. It's interesting to see the different lines people take. So some go, oh, he's gone! Oh, he's lucky not to have collected combined there. And I was actually just about to mention the fact that the grip lines are different depending on how you take that corner. And, well, Flyboy's actually just demonstrated that for me. We'll go back and have a look at that. So here we go. He takes the outside line, and you can see it snaps as he hits there. Oh, he's so lucky not to take out the Alfa Romeo with that. Yeah, it's a big one. I've just got to fix. I just have to fix something real quick here. I believe it's that one. Yeah, we'll do. Okay. Apologies for the elongated replay. We'll switch back now. All right. So we'll see Flyboy come across again more. Oh, hold on a minute. Panda has been disqualified for facing the wrong way.
I wonder if he had a spin coming out of, I think it's turn 6, just before the DRS straight, and I wonder if when he's trying to do a flick turn, it's just done what the game does sometimes and disqualifies you for going the wrong way.
Yeah, that's...
Because when he was disqualified, he was going the right way, and he had some speed, so unless it's just a completely random bug that has just decided to ruin his qualifying, very unfortunate there.
Flyboy slowed down through that sector, so that won't be a fast set time. It looks like Sorry?
So Mikau's a 10th up on his time at the moment.
Every single driver is on the... Oh, jeez!
Oh,
okay.
Mikau, our current provisional pole sitter, has got a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Pondon. And Mikau does get pole.
Yeah, that's going to cost Big Al a ton. 5 grid place. So Mikau will take provisional pole with that 109.8. But now Big Al will be scrambling to try and set a faster time because...
He's got wing damage. He's missing his left end plate. He is done. He's not going to be able to set a competitive time with that amount of damage on the front wing.
Oh, 39 seconds left on that clock. And yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything. You can see him stopped right there on the track, just allowing everyone else to get past.
He's on fresh soft tyres as well, so he must have been on a flying lap and come together with the Aston Martin, who has come into the pit. So I wonder if he's just not paid attention and Big Al's just run right into the back of him on an in-lap. So very disappointing.
Well, we'll see if we can get some news later. And
both Hero and Potsy have improved. Hero going 109.947, Potsy 109.977. Both of them just pipping Big Al there, who also has a grid penalty, so he'll be lucky to start in the top 10.
I'm not sure if it's... So something might be up on my side, but Hero looks like he's going slower.
I think they're on in-laps now. He's he's got 1 lap old tyres, so this will be his in-lap.
Okay, no worries, I understand. So Mikau...
I think everyone is done. T-Mac's the only car on a flying lap. He's coming around the final corner now. Back into the top 10. He pips Bluey by 0.07 of a second.
Not bad. So T-Mac manages to get himself to the top 10. Mikau, based on everybody's position on track, So Mikau will take pole position for the race. And there's barely anything in it too. 8:02 to a 9:47. And then Potty with a 9:77. Unfortunate for Big L there. So to keep in mind, he's in 4th at the moment. Plus the 5 grid place penalty, which means he'll start 9th on the grid. And that's heavy. That's a heavy penalty. But in any case, congratulations to Mikau. Excellent drive. I think we're just waiting on a couple of cars to make their way into the garage.
Yep, just Phoebe and Trin, the last two getting wheeled in now.
Someone just came across the line though.
I think that's T-Max AI, just doing laps and ruining the tyres.
All right, so there is the qualifying results screen. So Mikau with the fastest lap at 109.802. He will start on pole. Hero will start alongside with a 109.947. Potsy in third with a 109.977. And of course, Big Al with that 5 grid place penalty. He will start down in 9th position. Batemate Phoebe, Trin, Artanis, Geordie, and T-Mac round out the top 10. And an unfortunate start of the race for Panda, who will start at the back due to a disqualification.
8 tenths down to P14 is the gap. And the top 11 are separated by less than 5 tenths. It's very, very close.
It is, which will mean
Tier 1 here.
Which will mean that strategy will be very, very important, and hopefully clean racing will ensue, because if we see safety cars, that gap's going to get lower and lower. And then, of course, you're going to have a more tense restart. Cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the strategy is going to be, because we've seen in the past some people who go for the alternate strategy, so the harder compound tyre at the start, particularly those outside the top 10. When there's an early safety car, it just completely ruins your strategy, because if you're starting on the softs, you can just go on to the hardest compound and make it to the end of the race, no problem. So as long as you're quick on them, you're automatically getting a free pit stop compared to everyone else. So I wonder if there's going to be anyone who's going to try and gamble and hope that there's a safety car that's after the pit window opens for the soft runners, because it's any earlier than that and it's just going to completely ruin your race.
Just wondering, it seems a little foggy.
It does. Maybe the flares from the grandstands are going up already.
Oh, that would be so good if that was actually
going up with
in
the
in
Supermax chant going on.
That would be so good if they could do that in game. You just see a haze of orange coming across the track. I thought when I watched that, when Zandvoort was on the actual calendar, I thought someone had gone off and there was sand in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus,
so dense.
That's a big off. And then I've realized, hold on, that's just flares.
But it's the same thing as well when they have, particularly in the night races, the fireworks go off.
Oh
and
my
smoke
God.
just completely covers the whole grid. Like, you can't see anything. Like, I think it was Eastern Creek, they had one of the night races. You could not see anything coming out of the final corner there once those fireworks had gone off.
So almost immediately, Simdog has been disqualified and is now sitting on the grid.
One of the Alpines, I think that might be Wahid. No, it's probably going to be Geordie, who actually disconnected during qualifying, rejoined right at the end. I hope he hasn't got any dramas there. He's still stationary on the grid, so we might be waiting a little bit for him. Of course, if we remember back to Portugal, Simdogger had a game crash on the grid, and his AI just got absolutely obliterated going into turn 1.
He did. He got taken out pretty hard. All right.
But just looking at the strategy, Pacey, Wahid, Flyboy, all on the medium, everyone else on the soft. So they're taking the gamble. Like I said,
hold on a minute.
It is quite a good gamble.
Wahid's on the medium?
Wahid is on the medium, down in P17.
Interesting. He's showing up as on softs for me.
Interesting.
And his car, at least graphically, is showing soft tyres. I wonder if the lobby may be broken.
Interesting. Flyboy and Pacey both on the mediums for me.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Wahid definitely on the mediums for me.
Yeah, Pacey and Flyboy show up as mediums, but Wahid is not.
How odd.
So I'm not sure what's happening here, but okay, everyone's gridding up. Simdogger is still showing him as disqualified, but that's from the...
Yeah, that'll just be from the formation lap. Geordie's disconnected. He's going to try and join back in his second.
His car is just making its way through Sector 2 now.
Oh, no.
So I'm not
sure. My tyres are minus 200 degrees.
So this might be a problem.
Oh, boy.
Luckily, all the cars will ghost when he gets there. But if this was an actual, he wouldn't be able to get to his grid box.
And most people are on the softs, so at least they won't get too cold. If anyone in the top 10 was on the mediums or hards, it could be a different story. But hopefully, everyone's just a bit conscious and a bit more careful than Portugal. Lights, no, the tyre temps aren't frozen until the playlist comes up. So once you are stationary on the grid, your temps start to drop.
Just wait. There we go. Everyone's adjusted in the grid box.
Oh, Panda's got 64-degree rear right tyre.
The lights are out and the race is underway. So Mikau with a very decent start. Hero alongside. Potsy's trying to block off the other Williams. The Haas dives in down on the inside. And it looks pretty clean so far. But Hero manages to just eke in front as they fight all the way down to turn 3. Oh, and it's still side by side.
Simdogger's gone around.
So our first casualty in the race, turn 3. Simdogger all the way down into P20. Smitty and Bluey trade places. And Mikau and Hero are still side by side as they make their way through to Sector 2.
There's some wing going off there at the large right-hander. Looks like Shane Mumford might have some wing damage in the other Ferrari as well. So terrible start to the race for the Scuderia.
As we see FIBA very, very close to the back of Potsy there. Batemate and Geordie not far behind. Heroes managed to get a decent gap. Oh, Potsy, late break. Almost took out the back of the AlphaTauri. But managed to pull up the car in time. As we just come around the final corner now to finish lap 1. So Williams in the lead of this race. As Big Al overtakes Geordie there for 6th place. And we've got a couple of people coming into the pits. So Artanis
and Panda both coming into the pits. Great start to the race for Pondit and Flyboy, both up 4 positions. Same with Smitty as well. But Simdogger down 5. Artanis down 13. As we've got an Alfa Romeo is around. Bluey's gone around just before the carousel as well.
Yep, Bluey is facing the wrong way. There we go. Nice flick turn there. Be able to get back underway. As we jump on board now with Potsy, currently P4. As we see the AWS predicted pit stop strategy, so soft to hard, or a possible 2-stop. I don't think anybody will take that option. And here we go. Chasing him down towards turn 11. And this isn't the part where you want to make risky moves. You've still got a lot of race to go. So right now it's just about just keep close to the guys ahead. Maybe analyze their movements, see where they're lacking, where their weaknesses are, and then capitalize on them later on. The lap 3 has started, which will mean race control should enable DRS. And there we are, there's the prompt. So now more overtaking opportunities will become available. It's T-Mac and Trin trading places. Still side by side. Looks like Trin is going to try and keep this inside line through turn 3. It isn't the faster line. Oh, but he's doing well to battle. Decides to pull back though, so he will stay 9th, and T-Mac will move up into 8th.
So the 3 cars that pit on that first lap, Artanis, Panda and Shane Mumford, all onto fresh medium tyres.
Oh, with Smitty at the moment, P10.
I had a question from Bands. His trim got damaged. Doesn't look like he's got any wing damage that we can see, but could obviously have some bodywork damage, which doesn't really show up that well for us, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Looking at these times, it's pretty constant at the moment. Mika will take fastest lap, 112.9. That'll be the benefit of DRS there. Interestingly, Pacey is taking some decent chunks here out of the gap between himself and Smitty on those medium tyres.
Pondon just behind him as well, up 6 positions from the start of the race, so great start for him.
There we are. Artanis, his teammate, the biggest loser there. 11 positions lost. That's a rough one. The Smitty is keeping very, very close behind Trin here, but Pacey, he's definitely being held up. I wonder, just coming through that last corner, we'll see if he makes a move here. Just going over the curb. So Trin is outside the DRS range. He'll definitely get overtaken. But I'm just curious to see if Pacey, as Potsy takes the fastest lap now, 112.769.
He's got past Fever as well, going into turn 1.
Interestingly, Trin did not get overtaken, so Smitty must have not used any battery there. Oh, these guys seem to just take it slow. That's allowed Pondon, so Pondon's managed to catch up to the back of the McLaren as well. So a couple of trains forming. We'll just switch over to P6 at the moment, where Big Al facing down Baitmate. Oh, is that him drifting? It is! That was Baitmate drifting. He's off the track now. He's done well to keep it out of the wall. Oh, the rejoin is a bit... How you going? Oh, I think he just touched the grass again. Ay. All right, everything seems okay. But now he's inserted himself into the train I was referring to before. Pondon just making the overtake. And we'll just go on to the replay, see if we can have another look. Just keep an eye on the Haas in front of you. You'll see him just go like that. Right there, I was like, is he drifting? And yeah, sure enough, right off the track. Have a look at Pacey here, looking to the inside. Smitty moving just a little bit, cuts the advance. Trent doing really well to stay ahead, especially considering he doesn't have DRS. So lap 6 of 36. Plenty of race still to go. Hero still in the lead, but Mikau only 3/10 behind. And Potsy up with them as well. It's actually the top 5, all within a second of each other. So very close racing up ahead. Where Smitty looked for an overtake on Trin. Oh, Pacey might just try and go up on the inside. The wheels touch. Luckily, no damage. Pacey will stay behind again, but he desperately wants to get past. I might even try and look. Oh, side by side now. Have a look at this. Baitmate wants a bit of it as well. Oh, they've come together. Oh, that's massive. Oh my God.
Wing everywhere. Flyboy's pointing the wrong way.
Oh, that's.
And there's a virtual safety car as well.
As a VSC, that's not kosher. So there was plenty of opportunity for many drivers involved in that to just back up. And, sorry?
Trin had wing damage, so he's just had that wing replaced, so that's why he was so far off the back of T-Mac and why he was holding up everyone behind him. There was a large train of about 6 or 7 cars forming just when that incident.
So just keep your eye on this. This could have been easily avoided. And it's I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not something. This is poor, because this is people not wanting to play it safe, and the real prophet here is the Haas. I don't know how it got out unscathed. I guess because he backed out, Let's just have a look. So there's the McLaren. The Haas comes on the other side. Oh, sorry, it was the Aston Martin in the middle. But yeah, the Aston Martin gets shot off. The Haas manages to stay ahead, and then the other McLaren gets picked up. That's bad. That's
and
bad.
Pacey's out.
Oh,
Pacey's out. He's just crashed out.
Oh my god, I've come back to this.
Yeah. And I suspect he's probably got some diffuser or floor damage or something from that pretty heavy contact in the last lap. And he's obviously got no downforce going through that turn and it's just gone straight into the wall. So, unfortunate end for the McLaren driver.
Wow, I was just watching the replay. I didn't even notice that he'd crashed, and when I swapped back and looked down at my client, sure enough, he's there. Jesus. It's lap 8. Like, anyway, I guess drivers will be drivers. Everybody always wants that upper edge.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because it's easily avoided. I don't understand how you think you can do three wide there, but in any case, it's happened. We'll move on. So we're now down to 19 drivers. Unfortunate for McLaren. And Pacey as a result.
Look how spread the field is now. We've got an Alfa Romeo going off at the same corner as Pacey. It's Bluey. I wonder if he's got a little bit of bodywork damage. I actually saw, I think the Ferrari went right up the back of the Alfa Romeo in that contact, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has some diffuser or floor damage as well.
Trying to have a look.
But you can see how spread the field is now. We've got a bunch of cars, the top 6 all in DRS, and then it's about 4 and 5 second gaps between everyone else.
He's gone round again, and that's unfortunate. Of course, when you've got dirt on those tyres, you don't have as much contact with the racetrack, and it's very, very easy to spin. Also, the temperature, so he'll have to take it just a little bit easier, just to make sure that all the debris gets cleaned.
So just hearing from the Alpha pit wall that he doesn't have any bodywork damage. It's just he lost the rear, and now the rear tyres are cooked, so he might need to come in and get a new set after that.
Alrighty. Well, it's starting to heat up now. There's Hero still in the lead of this race. Have a look at this. The top 5. Actually, Geordie's back in this race as well. It's now the top 6. All within a second of each other. And it's essentially anyone's race at this point. It's interesting to see that 1st to 9th. Oh, as Fever decides to come into the pits now, so he'll drop back. So 1st to 9th all on softs, and then everyone else on mediums.
Potsy dummied him. I wonder if Fever reacted to Potsy dummying. That was a very late decision for him to pit, and it looked like he overcommitted, so interesting play there by the Red Bull driver.
So Mick out is right there behind Hero, making sure to have a big presence in the Williams rear side mirrors. Just making Hero aware that he's not going anywhere. And that'll, of course, add to the pressure. But interestingly, even with the DRS availability, he hasn't made a move. And I wonder if it's on purpose. I wonder if he's... Yeah,
just conserving his battery a bit, just using the DRS train just to save a little bit of power.
Here we go. And Hero decides to come in. Mick Al will stay out. And I'm just wondering, Potsy stays out? Big Al will stay out?
Hero and Geordie, both 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh.
So that's them out of contention for the race win now.
Oh, they've both been hit hard. And this is why you'll hear us talk about practicing your pit entries. You have to be aware of that line. You have to be aware of that line. You can drive the best race of ever, and you can throw it all away by just not going whatever the speed limit is on the particular track you're at. That pit lane.
So Fever comes out in front of his teammate Hero there with that pit stop. So the undercut working for him. And now he's only 13 seconds behind Potsy. He may get the undercut on Potsy after all.
Bluey.
See, are they going to react?
Louis with the fastest lap there, a 112.7 on the medium tyre. As Feber and Smitty trade places coming into turns 11 and 12.
Mikhail Potsy coming in.
So Big Al decides to stay out. He's going to push those tyres again.
Oh, is Feber going to get the jump on Potsy here? I think he will. He's got both of them.
Yep. He's
got Mikhail as well. Hero's got Mikhail too.
Hero, of course, has that penalty.
Geordie got Potsy as well. So the undercut, incredibly powerful here. We've got a yellow flag on the pit straight. Not sure what that was about.
Looks like there's something happening with Flyboy at the back. He was just sandwiched in between the two Haas cars. And in 13th there, Potsy now following Geordie closely. Both on fresh mediums.
Oh, his Panda's had a spin at the carousel, and he's broken his front wing on the inside wall as well, so his day is going from bad to worse, I'm afraid.
Rough go for the AlphaTauri. His teammate, though, doing well. P4 at the moment. Oh, as Potsy might just take the outside. It looks like Geordie got a poor exit. Coming into the final corner. They both have DRS, but Potsy just way faster. And he'll move up into 5th place. Hero making the overtake on... as Big Al's coming out. I think Big Al just crossed the white line. Didn't seem to get a penalty. Lucky on that one. So Big Al comes out in 4th between Potsy and Mikhail. Hero up in a 2nd, and Williams now back in the lead of this race as Feber. Fresh, no penalties. We'll see if they can maintain this. Hero's job now, if I had to guess, would be to try his best to hold everyone behind him to allow his teammate to get a larger distance between. It's Bluey and Panda trade at the back there. P18, Panda in the pits, of course, with that damage sustained from the spin. Now that we've had a couple of pit stops, 13 to 36 on the lap count, you can see that the times are starting to elongate. Everyone at the front still within a second of each other. The attacks aren't as frequent, and even with the DRS, as here, it's just the fastest lap there at 112.5.
And combined in P7 still hasn't picked yet. He's been on those softs since the start of the race. He's going to start going backwards, so expect him to come out of the pits pretty soon.
Seems like a very consistent drive here from these guys at the front. Nothing too aggressive.
Oh, you got a spin at turn 1. Shane Mumford's just touched the inside curb, trying to go for a move on Pondon, and just had a little half spin and has dropped off the back of him now.
So we're just watching Hero go around this track. The back of his car is very twitchy. Very, very twitchy coming on the exits of some of these corners. And that might be his preferred driving style. Obviously, some people like that type of handling. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. As Big Al takes the fastest lap there with a 112.293. And Hero will just overtake his teammate for first place. Might just jump on board. Jump on the T-Cam here for Big Al. As T-Mac, come on, YouTuber, coming into the pits there. As we see the Red Bull of Potsy hounding the Mercedes. Just a very steady drive from these guys ahead. It's nice to watch. To be honest with you.
It's like watching a formation of birds just completely in sync with each other.
It's interesting because I just feel like maybe there's just this sort of understanding that don't go for something crazy, just take it easy. You've still got more than half the race to go. As you can see, the DRS mechanisms all opening in the cars ahead. But the idea that I'm thinking here is that obviously the Williams guys are going to be working together, but I wonder if it might backfire. What I mean by that is these guys behind have been right up close the entire time. And I'm just wondering if they're waiting for that lapse in judgment between FIBA and Hero where maybe one tries to let the other go by and then that's when they pounce. Just when one of them leaves the door open a little bit for their teammate and then just try and squeezes in. That'll of course depend on whether or not they can get close enough. Interestingly, FIBA didn't even bother opening his wing then. So no crazy battles happening at the moment. Everyone seems to be pretty static in their positions. And this is one of those. This was a bit of the worry with a track like this, is that your overtaking potential goes down, and you end up just having a bit of a DRS train. But I'm sure as the laps count down, it will heat up. And we'll see some riskier maneuvers. So Artanis, Wahid and Flyboy on massive wear on those medium tyres. They would have come in almost immediately. Boys, Big L might look for a move here. Decides against it.
So Big Al's been able to make up 5 positions since the start of the race, so he's basically undone the grid penalty that he had from qualifying. Trent's had a spin in the second last corner. He's just recovered. He's going very, very slowly though on the inside. I don't know if he's got any damage.
Can't see anything on the front wing. It might be clear.
Might have just done that on his own then. I think maybe touched the curb or lit up the rear on the exit. Yeah, he has lost a ton of positions there.
So Flyboy coming into the pits there. He'll be switching onto the hard tyre for the rest of the race. So except for that massive incident that involved 4 or 5 drivers, it's been pretty clean. I honestly would have expected more chaos, to be honest, to be fair, but no, it's
There's
been
a couple of little nice battles forming as well, as we see. I think that's Flyboy's had another spin at the carousel. Got some nice battles forming at the moment. There's a battle between Artanis and the 2 Haas's for P8, as well as a battle here for P11 between Simdogger Combined and now Trin, who's just about caught up to the back of them.
Jesus, Flyboy just had the largest train of cars overtake him there. God, that would not have been ideal, as Simdogger makes the overtake here on Combined YouTuber coming into turn 3. Oh, Combined YouTuber's trying to stick around the outside. It's not going to work though.
Goes for a little crisscross, but his light is flashing. He's running low on ERS.
Ooh, something happened there with the leaderboard.
Yeah, same for me.
Trin
weird.
got shot
Trin's
down
now
to
last. Yeah.
19. Yeah, I'm not sure what's there. That's fine. I'm sure it'll get fixed when they cross the line.
Yeah.
Back up to the front 6. Hero's still leading the race by 4/10. Mick out. And Big Al. Sticking. Oh, and I just
my game just crashed.
So did mine. Interesting. Okay.
Wonderful. GG, Codemasters.
So we'll endeavour to get that.
Safety car?
Oh, I'm not sure. That's usually the case.
Yeah, that's just odd. Just, yeah, for whatever reason, decided to kick all the spectators.
Apologies to everyone at home. We'll endeavour to get that done as quick as possible. All right, let's see. Good. I thought all that stuff was fixed. I didn't have any of that.
I thought a lot of things was fixed.
Yeah.
Right.
You win some, you dim some, as a wise man once said.
I love a dim sum. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm
Neither
so
have
looking
I.
forward to something.
I was watching Bathurst all day.
See, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm probably gonna watch it after tier 2.
Good race.
It always is, and it always comes down to the last half hour. Like, it's so good. Batemate has retired.
So that would
and there's a safety car.
Yeah, that would be why there was the crash. Okay, at least there's an explanation there. I thought that bug was dealt with, but it has not been. Good to know. All right. Let's get it back on screen for you guys. Again, apologies for that. But, some things are out of our control. So, Batemate is out of the race, as Gus alluded. The Aston Martin safety car is on track. And, yeah, I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, he was in a battle. I don't know, T-Mac was in the pits as well. And he was in front of Batemate and Smitty, so I don't know if they came together or if it was just T-Mac was in a good position to get a change of tyres. Speaking of, T-Mac and combined on new softs, Simdogger and Trin on new mediums. Same with Tannis, Pondon and Bluey.
So it looks like
the main leaders, none of them pit.
So I think Hero and Geordie are both coming in. So they'll obviously have to serve their penalties since they are coming in.
Maybe just deciding to go for an alternate strategy, try and get the positions back, and then, yeah, serving their penalties. It's actually quite smart because you're not meant to be able to do this in real life, but in the game you can serve a time penalty in the pits under a safety car. And what that means is that it's a cheaper 5-second penalty than if it was added on at the end of the race.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
no, that is clever, very clever.
And there's still more than 10 laps to go. So
and they're not that far behind the safety car. They're only 7 seconds behind the train, and they're on brand new soft tyres. So yeah, this is actually a very, very good strategic call there for both Hero and Geordie. Very well done for them.
Mm-hmm.
Big brain move there.
That might have actually just brought them back into this race.
Absolutely.
King JR3 is saying that there was a glitch in McLaren that took out the Haas Batemate.
That would be Flyboy, because he's been in the wars, so...
Well, he's the only McLaren left, because Pacey crashed out early on, so yeah. So interesting there. See how many laps the safety car's out for. Last car on track is... who is that, actually? Is that Pondon or Artanis? It's neither of them. So that must be Panda then.
Yes, so Panda just came out of the pits with a fresh set of softs, and he's chasing down the back of the train now as well.
All right, well, lap 22 of 36. We're under safety car conditions. FIBA now leading the race. Mikau and Potsy second and third. Hero drops down into 7th after coming into the pits and serving the penalty. Geordie in 10th place, but as we mentioned previously, they both have fresh softs and are now penalty free. So expect them to be making money moves throughout the field when this race eventually gets underway again. This Flyboy just come out of the pits there.
So Panda is still on the lead lap, so he's done well to get a change of tyres and still be able to catch the back of the safety car train before it comes in, no doubt, at the end of this lap. Fresh softs as well, so he should be able to get past the medium runners in front of him. Yeah, maybe he might get up to P13 by the end of the race.
So safety car is going to come in. There we go. It's just beat me to it. So it will come in this lap, so it'll be up to FIBA to restart this grid. And of course, in case you weren't aware, no overtaking may occur until the leader has crossed the start-finish line. So having said that, the leader must ensure that no severe reduction in speed occurs, and he must not, or the best of his ability at least, make sure that no dangerous driving, which will lead to crashes behind, because of course you do get something that's called the concertina effect as he decides to pull the trigger. He caught everyone napping there.
1.2 seconds, look at that gap already.
He caught everybody sleeping. Big Al looks to try and make an overtake on Potsy, but they all defend their positions well. Mikau on the inside. And FIBA timed that to perfection. Absolute props there to the Williams. Now have a look. Hero, sparing no time at all, makes the attack on Smitty, up one position. Oh, it's Smitty. I think Smitty just got into an incident there.
He has. He's off to the left-hand side. A few people getting checked up. They try to avoid him.
So expect Geordie to be doing the same. Coming up on Trin now. And PA. Keeping an eye on here. Look at Hero go on the inside and manages to grab T-Mac. Now he'll be looking at the other Mercedes. Of course,
very punchy battle happening back here for P12. Shane Mumford and Wahid banging tyres.
Flyboy's out of the
Panda
session.
has made it up to 14th already.
Yeah, Flyboy out of the session, so we now have 3 DNF.
Yeah, he retired just before the safety car restart, so that's the only safe way to retire and leave the session when you're a lap down.
So here we go. Hero chasing down P4. All the performance, fresh boots. He'll be looking to use every single mil of rubber.
Oh, what a move from Panda. Wahid went very deep on a move on Ponta to turn 1, and Panda just cut on the inside, made 2 positions up in one go. Up to P12 now.
Look at that. He was second last before the restart, and now he's got fresh shoes as well. And doing very, very well. 2.6 seconds now behind Artanis, but he's a quick driver. Wouldn't expect he could probably bring that down. Bait is saying that there is a random AI parked on the track.
I think that might have been some desync with Flyboy. That was the McLaren that killed him while we were disconnected.
I see. Okay. One day we will be able to experience a full F1 season with no bugs.
It is not this day.
It is not this day, and tomorrow's not looking good either. So there we are. DRS will now be re-enabled with 10 laps to go in this race. Mikau with the fastest lap at 1:12.1. Have a look at Trin looking in the inside of the Ferrari. Simdog is doing a really good job to cut off the advance, though. Panda now takes the fastest lap, 1:12.023. However, in his current position, will not get the fastest lap point. Simdog are in a decent position here, however, I wonder how long he can cut off the advances because that Red Bull is pretty rapid. And my other question would be, Geordie's going to be coming up quite fast as well. Here we go. DRS. Oh, got a little squirrely through there though. It's Bluey and Pondon fight out at the back there. Still side by side as they come down to turn 11. Who's going to come out ahead? It's going to be Pondon. Oh, but he took that very aggressive. Lucky not to hit the gravel. Very lucky not to hit the gravel there. Trin might look on the inside. No. Stays behind.
Combined Artanis going side by side for the final points paying position as contacts. The Alfa Romeo having to get right out of the throttle, and it might have been a little bit of side pod damage there for the Aston Martin as well.
Geordie is coming up on the back of this Red Bull very, very fast. I just wonder when he'll choose to make this move. A couple of places you can really do it. Got 89% on that battery. Trin down to 38%, and Simdog even lower, down in the 20s. Simdog is using all of the energy available to him to try and keep Trin behind, but that will eventually run out, and then when it does, it's going to be in a world of hurt. Here we go. Final corner now. Keep an eye on the Red Bull ahead. See the wing open there. As Big Al snatches the fastest lap, 111.8. But look at the speed from Geordie. Oh, there's contact there. That's a problem. Simdog has slowed down a lot. Trin hit him, and then Geordie almost got pushed into the pit exit lane. Luckily, I think no damage has occurred.
In a contact between Pondon and Wahid at the back for 14th place. Wahid having to get right out of the throttle again. Smitty taking advantage, but that could have been a pretty messy accident. A few little battle groups forming at the moment in the last couple of laps.
Alrighty, so jumping on board with Hero at the end of the front train. Have a look at how close some of these guys are. Bieber still in the lead of this race. So Hero will have...
week.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, last week, FIBA having heartbreak on the final lap, getting a puncture out of the final corner in Jeddah, absolutely obliterating his tyre and DNFing, unable to get any points. So he'll be hoping for a really good result here if he can hold off the attack from Mikal, Potsy and Big Al.
Oh, Potsy's round! He's spun on the first turn!
Someone just crashed into him. I think Simdogger just crashed straight into him. And Potsy is out. And there is a full safety car for a final sprint to the end of the race.
Oh, boy. That was a very dangerous place to spin. He couldn't do anything there.
It's such a clumsy DNF, though. Like, surely, like, he's stationary at one of the...
Unfortunately, we did miss that, but... Yeah, well... That's a good question. Wow, okay. Well, that takes us to 4 cars under DNF. You can see one of the Ferraris in the pit at the moment. And it just, you get all this momentum, and then it just gets killed by a safety car. So now... This works against Hero and Geordie now, because those tyres aren't going to have that performance for much longer.
Unless FIBA, Mikal and Big Al pit, but 7 laps to go.
That's risky.
The field is still pretty bunched up from the last safety car, so what are they going to do? FIBA stays out, Mikal stays out, Big Al dummies to the pit lane, but Hero follows him through.
I don't want to be that guy, but I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. I guess no harm, no foul.
You're not meant to go on the right-hand side of the pit entry line and then cut back across it. If you remember back in Baku in real life, Kimi Räikkönen in 2017 did that and got a stop-go penalty because it was clearly articulated in the rules you could not do that. It's fine if like you see sometimes they'll just have a couple of tires one side of the line following the racing line, like at a lot of tracks. But to follow someone into the pits or to feint into the pits and then back out again, it's really not on. Because if someone's alongside you and you decide no, I don't want to pit, you can completely kill them on the straight.
The other thing too is you remember that Yuki Tsunoda got pinged multiple times in Austria, and all he was doing was taking the bloody trying to take the racing line.
And even then, like he was only just going over the line as well. Like it wasn't much in it.
Exactly. So this is one of those things where it's like, again, at the end of the day, I guess in a virtual league, no harm, no foul, but it's.
This is true. So everyone outside the top 10 has pit for fresh soft tires, and the front driver out of all those fresh soft runners is Panda in P11.
And he just rejoined too. I didn't even notice that he'd left. But I had the message pop up that Panda's joined, so he's lucky.
Very, very.
Yeah. Smitty in the chat saying that Wahid took me out. All right. Didn't catch that one, but...
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because he retired after Potsy retired, so that must have been under safety car conditions.
The other thing too is notice that it doesn't show him as DNF. Although he's grayed out.
Not yet.
It doesn't show him as DNF.
Maybe it ticks over after a couple of laps.
Yeah, so we'll see. Psycho saying desync, so yeah, I wouldn't.
Artanis, what's going on? Artanis has had a spin at the pit exit. I'm not sure if he was in the pit. No, he was following the queue. He's lost the rear at the exit of turn 1, and he's fallen all the way down to P14.
Under safety car. That's
under safety car. He's done a Bottas.
That's rough. That's rough. Let's see. So Ando, tires go boom boom for top 3.
Don't tell Fever that.
I don't. I mean, they
Fever
might.
will cry.
They might. So here's the thing. What's? I think Seb's in the chat somewhere. What's the expectation in terms of lap count for these tires? What's the mediums expected to do?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought it'd be much more than 25 laps, which is about what Feber's tyres are about to do as we get the confirmation that the safety car is in at the end of this lap. But yeah, they can't have much left in them.
All right, here we go. The safety car is in this lap, so it's going to be up to Feber to restart this. Now, the last time he did this, he was an absolute gun and managed to catch everyone napping. I don't think Mika's going to let him do it again. So we'll have a look. Just look at the acceleration bar on the bottom of the screen. Oh, he's taking his sweet time.
Oh,
here we go. He's done it again.
We got 3 wide.
He's actually done it again. Look at that. 0.6 right off the bat.
Shane Mumford has overtaken Artanis before the start-finish line, so that's no doubt going to be looked at by the stewards after the race.
That's a massive dive from Sindogger.
Headers off. A little bit of contact there with Pondon as well. But they're both stuck in the wall.
That's horrendous.
I can just picture Panda sticking his hand up saying he was going for first to Simdogger, and there's something. I was looking so good for him.
There's something you... Hold on. Just have... I'm sure that I've managed to capture this. Just have a look at how far back the Simdogger came from this. Just watch that. There's no braking there. That's... So, either he's had a failure of some sort, or, like... just look at that. All the way down. That's not on. I'm not sure.
Towery pit wall that Panda doesn't have a desk anymore. So I can understand him getting pretty angry about that, because he was on for a pretty good result after what was a pretty torrid qualifying and race. So I don't think we've seen the end of that once it goes to the stewards after the race.
I would legitimately love to know why. To put it the way that Infinite in the chat is putting it, why such a send? Exactly, why? Because when the camera panned and I saw that Ferrari coming in, I'm like, hey, he can't stop. How's he going to stop? The brakes are only so good in these cars, man. Like, in any case, it's a shame. They're both still in the race, though. No terminal damage. Simdogger did pick up a penalty for that, and it looks like Simdogger spun again. He has on turn 1.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe it was a little bit of help in turn 1 because Panda's just down the road from him, but we'll have to wait and see.
Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it so far. We have 3 laps left in this race. FIBA still in the lead, but just peep the amount of laps of wear on those tyres, 22. I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of performance in there. So the question will be, as we see Simdogger retiring from the session, so we are now up to 6.
Safety car.
Oh, that's a joke.
There's another safety car. Oh, here's Wahid nearly runs up the back of combined YouTuber, who is
how are you going
to the Delta.
How are you going to bring out a
Surely it's just got to be a 1 lapper. I'm pretty sure the game's hard coded to do 2 clean laps of running at the end.
Okay. Lap 34 or 36, and we have a safety car. I'm not sure why it would do that, but in any case. So this is pretty much a helping hand now for FIBA. Because... It's going to be full attack mode now. So the desperation is going to set in, and you're going to see some moves. You're going to see some absolute attacks now. It's a half of me is keen, and the other half of me is like, you're going to see some chaos, and I don't know how to feel.
Panda has been in the pit so many times, he's now got the soft tyres that he started the race on the car again. 2 lap old soft tyres that he would have done quali and 1 lap.
5 stops in total.
Yeah. And he's still 14th. We've had 6 retirements out of this race.
The biggest profit for anyone that's in the race still.
Oh, he's spun.
Oh my
and
God,
he's got a corner cutting penalty and he's out. Okay, fair enough.
Have got to
he is done with this race, I think.
You have got to be kidding me. So the safety car is in, and there's a car off the track. I'm sure it'll be fine. So again,
FIBA! The gravel.
Tannis has hit Shane Mumford, and that's a 5-second penalty there for the Aston Martin. And FIBA again has caught them napping. 1.5 seconds is the gap.
It's a massive crash, an absolutely massive crash. Artanis is out. He was hit by a combined YouTuber and Pondon, and Artanis and Bluey, both crashed on that safety car restart, and there was debris and tyres everywhere.
Wahid getting pinged for 5, getting pinged for ignoring yellow flags, and this is I literally just said that this was exactly what was going to happen.
There's one car still running that's not in the points.
I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. If Pondon is the only person that crosses the finish line on the last lap and doesn't score a point, I feel for you, man.
Oh, he spun!
Oh.
Pondon has spun at the back.
All right, so it is with a sad heart that I have to announce my retirement from commentating, as clearly my voice has psychic powers, and this is nuts. That's all I can say. I knew this is exactly what I expected. Funnily enough, a lot of this doesn't have to do with desperation moves. It just has to do with, I guess it's just pressure and slowing out. But we are on the last lap. Hero currently has the fastest lap with a 1:11.7. Quantum is saying that I am cursed. That has been proven time and time again. But we are now down to the final revolution of this track. FIBA, 7/10 ahead. His tyres are probably on the expiration point. If he got a puncture between now and the end, I shouldn't have said that. Thinking about it.
You shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that.
Come on, man. What
in
are you
any
doing?
case, Williams are 1-2 in this race. Hero has managed to make it into second. Mikau, the performance is just not there in the tyres anymore. I wonder if Geordie might even be able to jump him. 0.6 the gap there. I'm not sure. I don't believe DRS has been enabled as well, so they won't have that going to the line. So it looks like what you see is what you get in terms of the board right now. FIBA with an excellent drive. He's managed to stay ahead. And, hold on. I'm sorry, wait. Excuse me?
Did
Heroes!
Fever just lag back behind Hero
Hero!
at the final corner?
I...
Oh, he's letting him through. Oh, that is kudos to Hero.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
that's great teamwork. That's really good.
Hold on, do we have that by any chance? No. Oh, I was too flabbergasted to catch that. Oh my god.
And Hero nearly lost second place to Mikkel as well by letting his teammate go through.
Exactly, he was slowing down. I'm like, what is it? I just see Feber's car stop. And then, as we see driver of the day there for Shane Mumford.
Shane Mumford.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh, man.
But I just saw his car stop, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what? Oh, in any case, that's a 1-2 for Williams, so good points on the board for them. And a great drive from Fee, but Hero will take the fastest lap and, of course, the extra point, finishing in second place there. But, wow, that was 12 drivers DNF'd. Sorry, no.
No.
From 12th position. Sorry, that means that's...
Nine DNFs.
It's 9 drivers. My mistake. 9, I was just thinking of the position which it went down to. So 9 drivers of DNF. There we go. The winner is Fever. As we see here, of course, with the fastest lap, Mikau in 3rd, Geordie in 4th place, Trin, T-Mac, Shane Mumford. That's a great result from Shane Mumford. Started 15th on the grid, mind you, so driver of the day might actually be warranted there. Combined YouTuber 8th, Big Al 9th, and Wahid in 10th place, and then Pondon in 11th. Unfortunate with that spin at the end, and then everybody else DNF. That's an interesting race, to say the least. In any case, that is Tier 1 done. However, that isn't the end of the night. Of course, Tier 2 is just around the corner. But from us, that's enough. I've been Kuno Zero. This has been Gus Rules, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye for now.
See you guys.